compromised in every area of my life before, which is why I want to help others, because it's not a good feeling and it's also not a good thing to like keep thinking about. And you will look back one day and you're like, compromising is not something that should have been done now or ever. Hey guys, today I wanted to talk about life in general, but also living your life to the fullest. For some people, this may mean doing all the things that you want to do, like, and do it quicker, or some people this means just splurge and spend money or do things that are out of the ordinary for you, traveling, talking to people that you normally wouldn't talk to live for you. Make your own decisions. Stop living for your parents, peers, teachers, people that won't be affected by your actions. Every action has an equal opposite reaction. So whatever you want to do with your life, you have to realize that you have to live with it, nobody else. To never compromise. Compromising only hurts you in the end. Compromising is to benefit the person or the thing you're compromising for. Let's say you're at a job and you're really tired and you just keep working, pushing yourself. Now you break your ankle. You compromise your health for a job that cares nothing about you. It can be as small as you're watching a show that's making you angry and then you end up having a heart attack, or as big as you're around this person, now you get shot because you're around them. You have to realize that every decision you make leads somewhere, and it's not hard to live for yourself. It's not hard to make your own decisions. You have to stop compromising. Every time that you do something and you feel bad about it, it's because you compromise. And a lot of people think compromising is like something you have to do. You do not. If you're in a relationship and you're steady compromising, leave it. You should be able to be yourself 24/7. And as a Christian, I'm starting to realize that you have to do a lot of compromising to get along with other people. And that's why they need to be cut off. You should not have to be like, oh, okay, I'll listen to this song just once. Oh, okay, I'll go here just once. Oh, okay, I'll stay around this person just once, or give them another chance. Or no, that's compromising. Your spirit told you the first time that something is off about said thing. Your spirit told you that you shouldn't be doing said thing. But the only person that is hurting is you. It's benefiting the artist, that song you keep playing, or it's benefiting the friend that you keep hanging around because they're like, oh, you have money, you'll spend it, or whatever it is benefiting the outside thing, not you. It's hurting you internally. You really don't feel like going out today, but you're going out anyways. Now you get a flat tire. That's compromise. I mean, it's also like karma. It's mostly just starts with compromising. You have to stop doing that. You have to do everything that you want to do. It is your own life. You're the only person who has to live your life. You're the only person who has to live with your own consequences. You're the only person that has to be like, dang, I wish I would have done this. Or you're the only person that's actually going to dwell on the actions that you made because you felt obligated to help someone else, or you feel obligated to do something else. It's definitely like something that makes us humans want to compromise all the time just to like fit in, or like not hurt anyone, or not like rub anyone the wrong way. But at the end of the day, you have to live with it. So do what you feel is right. It's not even you shouldn't have to think about it. Your spirit will always tell you. Just like, do I want to go to the park? No. But if I end up going to the park, the whole time my heart's gonna feel sunken, and I'm gonna be like, should have never came. Or it's just gonna be like, this is a waste of my time, or I could have been doing something better with my time. Or if I go spend $1,000 on some stupid shoes, I'm gonna be like, well, what did these shoes do for me? Why did I even buy these? To show them off for somebody or something that doesn't care about me. I literally benefited the shoemaker, and that's it. There's nothing fulfilling for me. I personally have compromised in every area of my life before, which is why I want to help not a good feeling, and it's also not a good thing to like keep thinking about. And you will look back one day and you're like, compromising is not something that should have been done now or ever. I was watching a video once and someone said the key to keeping your confidence high is to never compromise. I didn't really understand, but I think I do now, because if you're always living in your highest self, if you're always living how you want to live, nobody can take that away from you. Nobody can be like, oh, you did this, and it's like, that was the choice that I felt was the smartest, was the most fulfilling, and then nobody can ever take that away from you, if that makes any sense. I've compromised with as little as hairstyles I didn't like, but it was a trend, so I'm like, okay, I'll try it. Compromised with jobs that I've worked at, knowing I hated them, because, oh, I like the money, but I'm taking away all this time from myself. And that's mostly the thing, like these days, like people, for money, they'll do anything, and that's not okay. It's not okay, like, at all. That's why, like, in my mind, I literally train myself to not care about money at all, because if you really want money, oh, you're gonna get it. It's gonna come to you. Like, that's the law of attraction. It's gonna come to you, but it depends on the way that you have in your mind to come to you. Even if you're friends with someone that you've been friends for 15 years, I don't care. You could have been friends for 5 days, 15 years. You could have been married for 20 years. If they're doing something that is causing you to lower your standards, to lower your self-esteem, to be like, okay, it's okay, or whatever, or like you genuinely at this point have no feelings towards it, you're compromising and you're hurting yourself. You need to be around people who make you feel like, yes, this, like, it should be a hard yes. It should never be a soft yes. It should never be a, yeah. It should be a yes in every decision that you're making together. Everything that you do, you should be 100% confident in. You should be 100% happy with. You should feel like, okay, I can live with this. Like, you should be able to live with it every single day moving forward. If you don't, that means that the decision that you made shouldn't have been made. And you can always know if a decision should be made if you are like, would I do this if I had something else better to do? Or would I be here if I had someone else better to be? Would I be with this person if there's another person in mind? Like, anything like that. Like, if you always have this thing in the back of your mind, like, I deserve better, or there's better out there for me in any situation. If you're eating food and you're like, yeah, I could have spent money on something, like a different restaurant that would taste it better, that means you're compromising. In every sense, it does matter. Or like, you're drinking a brand of water because you're like, okay, this is all that was available to me. Like, you're compromising, but you're not realizing that it's hurting you slowly, your health. It's always little things that lead to big things. Like, someone could want to practice makeup on you, and you're like, I'm allergic to makeup, but I want to support this person. Compromising. You're going to end up hurting yourself. Your face is going to end up breaking out. Your health is going to be worse. It's just think about the future in every decision that you make today, because the future is what actually matters. The things of today don't matter at all, no matter how much people want to tell you that. What's going on today doesn't matter. Yes, live in the present, but every decision you make right now determines your future. And then that decision determines your future even further. You always have to think for the future, not like, oh, this is what I'm feeling now. No, you have to think with your highest self, the smartest thing. If Jesus was sitting right next to you, what would you do? And that's in any sense. I remember someone was like, would you be watching that if Jesus was right there? And I'm like, yeah. So if you ever feel like it's a yeah or a yes, or like it's then okay, maybe you can continue to do it, and maybe you will learn that you shouldn't have been. Or maybe it's like you genuinely like feel like that's an okay thing to do. But if you're like, probably not, I wouldn't have said that, I wouldn't have done that, I wouldn't be listening to this, then that's your sign right there to cut out whatever it is that you're doing and just letting it go. Because life is something that causes you to hold on to a lot of things, but at the end of the day, to get the better life, to get the best life for yourself, to grow, to see more, to know more, you have to let go of a lot. You have to shed that skin. You have to even shed tears. You have to drain whatever's in you to actually allow the better to come in you, if that makes sense. It just basically, you have to realize going through bad things doesn't mean that like you're losing or that you're like giving up. It's more of compromising is what's hurting you. So if you're going through something constantly and you feel like there was a better way out of the situation, it's probably because there was, and you waited too late to the point where the only option was to compromise. And it's like, yeah, next time I'll know. But as long as you're getting there to like, you're like, okay, next time, or I know now, or like, I've learned from this. As long as you're getting to a point where you're like, okay, I can help somebody else with this situation, or I went through this because, or like, if you can even see the light at the end of the tunnel, the next time you even see the beginning of this situation, in any situation, then you at least went through said thing for a reason. Anything that you are compromising for is negatively affecting you, whether you can realize it now or not. I just personally don't want to go through anything negative anymore that I can avoid. A lot of things in life you can't change, a lot of things in life you have to go through, but like there are certain things where it's like I could have avoided this, or like I should have known, or I'm old enough to realize. I never want to be in a situation ever again in life where I'm like, I wish I could turn back time. There are just a lot of things that I'm like refusing to do any longer. Like I have to realize this is my life. Like for so long I lived because of things that people would say, or like trying to impress others. And most of the time it is like a elder, and I hate that because elders are just older people. That's it. They most of the time aren't fulfilled themselves. So living for your elders is not good. Unless they're giving you an actual map of things to do, living for anybody else besides God is not good. And the reason why living for God is so easy is because He'll never steer you in the wrong direction. Everything that is in God's will, God's plan is usually to make you a better person. So it's just smart. Like, I don't know how else to put it. It's just smart to follow God and realize that God is the only way, and that God will always have the best decision in mind for you. Your friends can't lead you in the right way unless they've been through it all. Like, most of the time your friends are there to drag you down. Most of the time your friends are the people who are going to end up being those memories that you're thinking about where I compromised. A lot of places in my life where I did compromise affected me to this day, and I just refuse to let anything, like any choice, dwell on me any longer. So I'm just going to surrender now, as everyone should. Just surrender to your purpose, surrender to doing better. I just feel like, what is the harm in doing better? Thank you guys for watching this video. I just pray that everyone does realize that compromising is never a good thing. Like, the person in a relationship that keeps telling you to compromise, because I've seen it so many times, compromising is not needed. It's not. You can both agree to disagree. You don't need to compromise in any relationship. Mother, child, father, child, friend, best friend, girlfriend, boyfriend, grandchild, you never have to compromise. You have to realize every choice that you yourself make, that's the only thing in life that you actually have power over are your choices. So take that heavily, not lightly.